bro. Get out of the car! Get out! You got him? What the? What?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Eric Mulder here with Code Red Conversations. Thanks for joining me. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing a 2020 shooting that led to the death of one Tulsa police sergeant. If you appreciate content and videos that help you understand the mindset and the actions of a police officer during a use of force, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my future content. Let's dive in. I'm going to read over some of the details. I'm going to show you the video, and then I'm going to pause it and comment where I deem it appropriate. Now, just a word of warning, this video is very graphic, so viewer discretion is advised. My desire, as always, with Code Red Conversations is to speak and seek out the truth for the betterment of all involved. Now, there are going to be situations here where I will be critical of the officer's tactics. It's not meant to mock or belittle or disrespect the dead by any stretch of the imagination. But in the grand scheme of things, I feel as if a well thought out, proper critique can be beneficial to other officers out there who may find themselves in a similar setting. When it's all said and done, my desire is to save lives on all sides of the equation, especially in these tense times that we're in. The body camera footage from the murder of Sergeant Craig Johnson and the attempted murder of Officer Arash Zarkishan has been released by the Tulsa Police Department. On June 29, 2020, at 03:06 a.m., Officer Zarkishan stopped David Ware after he failed to yield when pulling onto the roadway, made an illegal left turn, and operated a vehicle with expired tags. At 3:23 a.m., 11 minutes later, suspect Ware fired multiple rounds at the officers. The gunman, Ware, is charged with murder in the shooting death of Sergeant Craig Johnson and shooting with intent to kill Officer Arash Zarkishan with the Tulsa Police Department. The accused getaway driver, Matthew Hall, waives his preliminary hearing and is going to trial. Hale is charged with accessory to murder and accessory to a felony. The district court arraignment for Ware and Hall are scheduled for October 5th.
I'm probably going to end up towing it because he's got no insurance. Tag 60 days, over 60 days expired.
Okay.
So,
if I'm not mistaken, the officer stated that the suspect had no insurance and his plate was expired. So, and he said they're probably going to end up towing it. So he's completely within his rights as an officer.
I'm going westbound on 21st. And that light right over there.
Yeah.
I have the green flag. And he comes flying down and just runs it and turned right in front of me. I had to slam on my brakes. I'm like,
Right.
what the fuck, you know?
No driver's license, anything like that, or?
He didn't have a license on him. He has no insurance on the vehicle. And
His tags are overdue.
And he's crew.
No license, no insurance, expired tags. He's basically driving illegally because driving is a privilege here in the United States. It is not a right. The driver is in the wrong, clearly.
Career criminal.
Okay.
So I'm going to search the car too.
Okay.
Got narcotics and everything on it.
All right.
All right, now I don't. Just one person.
Just one person in the car.
Yep. All right, David. You said you have a driver's license? You said you have a driver's license?
Yes, I just used it
Well, here's the
because
deal,
I
man.
had
Here's the deal.
just
So
won a jackpot, so they had my
yeah,
license.
but I'm not worried about the jackpot right now. So what I need you to do is step out of the vehicle.
What?
Well, first let me ask you one more time. Do you have anything in the vehicle? I need to know.
Why are you shining that in my face? I can't.
So I can
I'm
see
trying
your
to
car.
talk to you, but you're shining that light in my fucking eyes.
Do you have anything in the vehicle? Because you've got a history of narcotics.
I know, and y'all always fuck with me just because I have a history. Can I get my ticket and fucking go, man?
Well,
Dude, I know my fucking rights, dude. Can I just get my ticket and go, dude? I pulled in front of him. I'm sorry.
Hey, David.
I'm just trying to go to my...
Clearly, he doesn't know his rights because with all those violations, the officer had every right to stop him. With the allegation of an illegal lane change or an illegal turn. People always say I know what my rights are, but most of the time, people are clueless as to exactly what their rights are.
House, man.
David.
I got people waiting on me,
David,
dude.
stop talking. Here's what's gonna
I
happen.
don't have a history of narcotics, would you fucking say? That's bullshit.
Drug paraphernalia, narcotics, whatever it is. You got a history.
Oh my god, that got
The car's getting
dropped.
pulled.
That got dropped.
Okay,
I'm not convicted. You can't.
hang on.
You can't take bullshit. Don't fucking open my door.
Step out of the car, dude.
David, step out of the vehicle. Come on.
This is bullshit, dude.
It's not. You wouldn't be here if you didn't pull out in front of a cop car while I got a green light, dude.
I pulled out in front of you. I had plenty of fucking room. This is
Step out of the
bullshit.
car. Step out of the car.
I'm not stepping out of the car.
Listen to how many times they ask him to step out of his vehicle.
Step out of the car.
I am not. You better call your supervisor or something. Y'all are breaking.
I'm right here. I'm the sergeant.
Dude,
He's asking you to step out of the car.
I'm not stepping out of my car.
You have two choices. You can step out under your own power, or
This is bullshit, dude. I just got this car.
Okay.
Why can't you give me a fucking chance, dude? Like, fuck.
well, why don't you step out of the car and let us talk about it instead of sitting here?
I know my rights. I know.
Okay,
how this
right
works.
now-
Y'all are gonna fucking. I know how this.
Here's the deal. Right now, you're driving a car that's over 60 days due on the tag.
I'll get a tag.
You don't have insurance.
I do have insurance,
Where is it?
man.
But,
Y'all
man,
can look it up. Y'all can look it
we
up.
can't if you haven't got a tag, but we need you to step out of the car.
Now.
You have two choices. You can step out of the car,
Or I can drag you out.
or we can tase you.
For what?
You're not.
This is
fine
y'all.
getting out of
Y'all
the
are
car
breaking.
Look, hey,
Y'all are.
This video is the chief of police stated that he didn't think this video should be shown, made public. But I think that the public needs to see this because there are so many situations, there's so many attempts to quell this matter in a without using too much force that was attempted by the officers on multiple occasions. And you will see the effectiveness of low lethal weapons demonstrated in this video for the general public and for officers as well.
step out of the car
Man, y'all-
now.
You're allowed to use the clicking of the taser as a threat to demonstrate to the suspect that you are about to tase them, that they're in a position where they might get tased. And oftentimes it works. I've done it on a few occasions myself. But we'll see how effective it is in this video.
This is my
Do you
right.
want to get tased?
Why are y'all doing this?
Because you're refusing to follow a lawful order. I need you to step out
It's
of the
not a
car.
lawful order.
It is a lawful order, and I will tase you if you do not get out of the car.
Man, this is
You have a choice. Get out of the car under your own power,
Please call
or
your
I will.
supervisor.
I am the supervisor.
Please
I'm a sergeant.
He said you have a choice. How many situations have we seen in recent memory, recently, or even over the last few years, where an individual has a choice to comply, and then they choose not to, and then they end up severely injured or dead? Compliance is always the best route to go. Always. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. But today we live in a society where it's only the officer's fault. Officers are only the ones who are guilty. And it's never the individual. There's no level of personal responsibility.
Hey, dude,
Please.
just step out of the car right now. Otherwise, you are getting tased.
Do I need to arc it one more time?
what?
Step out of the vehicle
I don't-
now.
I don't have to.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. Oh, I did a driving infraction. Please.
Yeah, and I told you already you need to get out of the car because the car's getting towed, too.
Why?
You need to step out. I'm about done arguing with you. If I have to tase you,
go home?
no, if I have to tase you, it is going to be that much worse.
Sir, can I please just go home?
Right now, I can arrest you for obstruction because you're failing to follow a lawful command. Step out of the car. I cannot be any more clear than that. If you step out and be cool, this will go a whole lot better than if you make me tase you and force you out of the car.
How can you do this, man?
Step out of the car.
Dude, y'all are violating my rights.
One more time.
Y'all are violating my rights. That's by force and fear.
Then
You're
okay.
violating my
Look,
rights.
I don't know where you got your law degree.
I don't have a law
Then
degree.
shut up and get out of the car.
Personally, I would have already made the decision to go hands-on with him. I wasn't a big fan of using the taser. As a matter of fact, I've threatened the use of a taser. I've never used a taser actually on duty. That I can recall. But I would have already made a decision to go hands-on with him and pull him out of the car. I think the officer, the sergeant, they were being more than gracious with this guy. I would say unnecessarily, in my opinion.
I'm not getting out, dude. This is bullshit, dude. Call your supervisor.
Because this dude is literally refusing a direct order, a lawful order from a police officer.
I am the supervisor.
Help. These people are help. Somebody.
You gonna get out or am I gonna tase you? Are you going to get out of the car or do I tase you?
I am not.
Get out of the car.
Danger, please don't tase me, sir.
Then get out of the car.
Please, sir.
That's it.
Please, sir.
Step out. Come on.
Please, sir, stop this.
Step out.
Call the supervisor, please.
Do you see this?
I want your supervisor.
Well, she's not here. That would be the captain. Step out of the car. Now.
Please. Please.
Hey, don't be reaching for...
Help, Matt.
Dude, get off the phone now.
So he picks up his phone and he's calling someone to come and back him up. Or he's calling a friend to help him out when he's dealing with the police. As far as how we dealt with things here on Metro, here in Las Vegas, that was a absolute no-go. You don't let someone get on the phone and call someone else out to your call, your lawful stop. Because you don't know what the intentions of that other individual might be. That person could come with a weapon or a gun or ready to fight. I'm frustrated watching this video on every end. I'm frustrated watching this as from an officer's perspective, seeing how this citizen is refusing to comply. But I'm also frustrated as to the officers. They were just being too patient with this guy. Too patient. And too unwilling to go use force on this guy. And I know the society, I know the culture that we're living in now, where everything is the officer's fault and everyone's quick to blame the officers. And I get it. I understand that. But your individual safety, the safety of your partners, the safety of the citizenry is equally as important. More so, you want to go home. You want to go home in one piece. You want to go home safe and healthy, and you want to deal with these situations. And I know we're in a climate right now that is extremely anti-police, probably more so than I've ever seen or experienced in my lifetime. Maybe more so than at any point in American history. But you still have to take care of yourself, take care to protect yourself. And that means being quick and decisive with your uses of force. And I'm going to get more into that here shortly.
Right.
That's it. I'm going to tase you in 3, 2, 1. Do you want it or not?
Please don't tase
Step
me.
out of the car.
I'm not.
Step
Oh, you're so
out
aggressive.
of the vehicle now.
No, I know my rights.
You know nothing. Get out of the car.
You can't shoot me. I'm not doing it.
I'm not going to shoot you. I'm going to tase you. There is a difference. Or I can
Why?
deploy OC because you've been given a lawful command to step out of the car.
Lawful command to step out of the car. I don't have to.
Get out of the car or I will tase you and I will drag you.
Matt, please come over here and witness this.
No. Get out of the car.
By Dollar General pulled in
David
the
Allen,
neighborhood.
where?
Please.
Now, I don't know when he first started asking or giving verbal commands in order to get him to voluntarily or to comply, get him to willfully leave the vehicle. But at the very least, from what I've seen, this has been going on for at least 3 minutes, or over 2, repeating the same thing over and over and over again. You lose credibility with the suspects and with citizens when you demonstrate that your unwillingness to do what you say you're going to do. Long time ago, this should have been over. Long time ago. I don't know how many dozens of times he asked him to comply, and it's so frustrating. I know I'm repeating myself, but it is extremely frustrating to watch. And the guy gives his location to whoever he was calling on the phone.
David Anthony Ware.
David,
Please,
step
please,
out.
Matt, pull up.
Step out of the car. If he comes,
Matt, be smart.
Just
Do not come
videotape
here.
this.
David,
Videotape it, please.
3, then you need to step out. You can turn on your own camera, but you're on both of our cameras. Step,
Driving infraction.
David,
Just write me my ticket.
David, step out of the car.
write me-
I'm not going to tell you again. Get out of the car now.
This is a driving infraction, please, sir.
Get out of the
He said, I'm not going to tell you again on multiple occasions. This guy is like he's just calling his bluff repeatedly.
car because I have to tow it. And I can't tow it with you in it.
You don't have to tow it.
Get out.
I do. I told you I'm towing it.
Bullshit. Why?
Get out of the car.
You don't have insurance.
I do have a license and I do have insurance.
David, step out of the car.
I do have it. Let me look for it then.
David, get out of the car and I will find it.
No, y'all. This is my car, y'all.
Taser. I'm going to hit him. Are you ready?
Just fucking
Get out of the car.
fuck you, dude. Oh. What the fuck?
Get out of the car. Get out.
Fuck. Dude, what the fuck?
Back up. You want to get sprayed?
No.
Get out!
Okay.
Now!
I'm getting out.
Get out of the damn car! Now, or I will spray you!
Fucking ground.
On the ground!
On the ground, man. I don't want to go to jail. Fuck.
Get out of the car! Get out now! I will spray you again!
Okay.
Get on the ground!
Get on the ground.
Get on the ground now!
On the ground.
Tased, pepper sprayed, still non-compliant. Tased, pepper sprayed, still non-compliant. And they attempted to use force on him. So many mistakes. Yes, mistakes. So many errors made by these officers. And why do I say that? It's because the amount of time that they kept repeating themselves in order to get him to comply. And once the officer decided to go hands-on, that sergeant should have immediately been there and to assist him to properly place him on the ground. Properly place him on the ground immediately. With force, speed, force, violence of action. Yes, violence of action to get him to comply. Make him compliant. Pepper spray, a taser, yes, they can be useful, they can be beneficial, but here they have demonstrated that they can be almost completely useless.
Please stop. Stop, please.
Get out of the fucking car!
Why are you doing this?
Get out!
Why are you doing this? Please stop. Help.
So indecisive. These officers in their actions, so indecisive. I don't think at one point yet have I seen any of them try to grab him at the same time and put him on the ground. I don't think I've seen it one time. One grabs, the other one backs off. I don't know. I'm so frustrated watching this. For the officers out there, be skillful. Be ready with your defensive tactics. So when you have to escalate to that point, you can use them with confidence, and you can use them with precision and skill. Not playing around, playing patty cake with somebody who clearly demonstrates that he has no respect for you as an officer. Practice, become proficient, so that you don't find yourself in this similar situation. And if you're a citizen out there, once again, as I always say, compliance is always the answer. Do what you're told. You can save yourself a world of trouble.
Get out of the car!
Violate my rights.
Get out of the car!
Please. Matt, please help. That's
Dude.
my friend. Please help. Stop. You're violating my rights.
David,
Please stop.
get out of the car! Stay in the car!
Matt, help.
Left arm.
Help.
Arm, I got this arm.
Matt, help. Help. Help.
Get out of the car! Thing's not even in gear. David, you want to get sprayed up?
He's reaching in the vehicle. It seems, the sergeant said that he looks like he might be trying to put it in gear. Too many danger signals. Too many. Why was this guy so adamant that he was not getting out of his car? Why? You have to be able to make these reads as an officer when you're on the streets, wherever you are. Understanding a threat, understanding threat perception, developing that skill, developing that intuition.
Get out of the car! Get out! You got him? What the? What? You got him? What the? What?
I've watched that video twice before, and forgive my frustration and my anger with the tactics and the evil that we saw, with the tactics of the officers and this evil act. But this threat lurks in possibly every officer contact, because most of the time you don't know what the intentions are of the citizen, the suspect that you're coming in contact with. And if you're in a position where you are lawfully able to make an arrest, you have to act, and you have to act quickly. I'm so frustrated because these officers didn't need, this sergeant didn't need to die. This other officer didn't need to get shot. They didn't need that. And it could have possibly been prevented had they acted quickly and more decisively and more skillfully. No control over the suspect, almost at any point. None. There's a recent push, people saying that officers need to be proficient in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I completely agree, because I've trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm no black belt by any stretch of the imagination, but I've trained enough for enough years, even though it's been inconsistent. I've trained enough years to where anytime I've had to go hands-on with a suspect, anytime, and I've had multiple occasions in the jail and on the streets where I had to go hands-on with the suspect, and I've always come out on top, especially if it hit the ground and I had to subdue them and control them because of my ground skills, because of the skills I developed over a few years of doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I'm probably more frustrated, more so with the officers, because there are a few steps and decisions that they could have made to save their own lives. And that may sound crazy that I'm more frustrated with the officers, but just sitting here and watching this video, I've been in those situations. Now, not where a shooting took place, but I've been in multiple situations where I've had non-compliant suspects or inmates. And you just have to do what you have to do. Eventually get to a point where the talking stops and you have to act. And you have to have the skill that can back up those actions. This is what they have to deal with potentially. And low lethal weapons are not the end all be all. Tasers don't always work. Pepper spray doesn't always work. Verbal commands clearly do not always get the job done. How many times was he pepper sprayed? How many times was he tased? They connected. He was screaming. He was in pain. Still didn't get the job done. I'm going to probably blur out some of the scenes just to hopefully make it to where more people can see it. So do me a favor and share this video. And I pray that people will grow to understand the reality of police work. In spite of all the crazy nonsense that's going on out there, the lies that are being spread, speaking about officers hunting people down, especially by some of these woke athletes and insane people out there who just think that they know what they're talking about, but they are clueless, completely clueless. What are your thoughts, folks? Do you think being a little too harsh on the officers? I'm not absolving Ware of any personal responsibility. No way am I attempting to do that. Because ultimately, he's the one that grabbed the gun and made the decision to shoot. All I'm saying is that the officers need to be aware of the threat, and they could have saved their own lives, and it's so frustrating to see, especially as a former defensive tactics instructor. So share this video if you would be so kind. Make sure you like and subscribe so you never miss out on any of my newer content. In the meantime, stay safe, God bless, and make sure you join the conversation.